Hi, YouTube. Welcome on in. I appreciate you. By the time that if this even gets to you, editors, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, bro? Editors, I know we're struggling with YouTube. Are you okay? we're on episode 6 here. And our editors are just like, oh, I can't get up episode 1. I can't get it up. Not like that, cochinos mal pensados. I know, poor editors. Guys, give that love and support to our editors. They're trying their best, but YouTube is saying no. No. What we might have to do, and I'm just spitballing here, and YouTube might be able to go in and hear it. You guys might just have to cut out like a minute of or 2 minutes of like just like whatever you guys want out of it, compile it together, pass it up, and then put a link to where they can watch it. You know, that's probably going to be the way to get through it at some point, because if it's just going to be stupid like that, we might just have to do like a minute highlights or some shit, and then throw it up and put the link for them to go watch it, since YouTube's being harsh. Cannot upload Frieren. Yeah. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, hi YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Appreciate you. You guys should join us here every Friday for Frieren Fridays and Eminent Fridays. Whew. Guys, this show has been weighing on my mind. And I'm kind of curious as to where we're going to progress with this show and what avenues it's going to take. With that, are you guys ready? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I know I am. I've been waiting for this. Allowed. What the heck? I know interspecies reviewers is allowed, but apparently Frieren is not. Frieren is too real for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. You guys should already know about me. You guys already know what I do. Let's go. I wonder if he's going to start developing a crush almost immediately. Propinquity's a bitch, man. Propinquity hits hard. Like, for example, how many of you work harder because a crush or someone started saying that you were amazing at something? I know I have. I'm just gonna be straight up about it. Uh, I'm just straight up like, you know, having like someone that's like really cute, or you know, even your partner, if you have a partner, like go through and genuinely be there and like be a cheerleader, be there for you. It feels good. It's amazing. But now someone that you don't know that approaches you and that's like, wow, this is the training of whatever, it might stick with you and might allow you to go and keep, like, you know, keep going forward. Say it in. Sounds good, man. No worries. Appreciate you. You're amazing, dude. You shipped, to be honest. Yeah. 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 How did Frieren lose Flame? Yeah, that's why I'm muting it. How did Frieren lose Flame? Like, how was your relationship ruptured? That's what I'm curious about. That's a huge transition. Man, fucking allergies. Fucking allergies, man. Got them allergies all up in here. Hey, they haven't said yet, I don't think. Well, I don't know. That's sort of what I'm asking. Because I'm like, I wonder, 1,000 years have passed, right? Or like hundreds of years would have passed between Flame and the heroes, I'm guessing. So why do we only know about 2 periods in her life? You guys get what I'm getting at? Or no? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because for me, it's like, number one, is it only periods that encapsulated moments of growth that she genuinely cares about? Therefore, she like remembers in some instances. So whether it was with Flame, or say that the 10 years that she spent with this traveling party that had such an impact in her life, that for her she remembers this and she idolizes this time, as opposed to everything else where she didn't care as much, right? Because reflectionary method, those periods of time that she didn't care as much, or she wasn't really as active, or was disassociating, however you want to say it, she was doing her own thing, didn't really feel like she was progressing a lot. She was introspecting. But the other times she was being challenged, or was being pushed, or was doing certain things, that's why she might remember these 2 periods of time significantly more. That's where my brain all of a sudden it's like rushing to, and it's like, you know, sorry if that makes no sense. Apologies. For me, I'm looking at this through an attachment perspective, and I'm like, that's interesting. Because here's the thing: a lot of times we remember experiences, attachments, and then sometimes smells, right? That it isn't really this well, that's the thing, Snowman, is that would be disassociation. Disassociation is essentially the, like, even in normal day life, when you're driving, a lot of people disassociate when they drive, right? From the moment that they get in the car and they start driving, they might remember the first 1 or 2 minutes, and then disassociate till the point where, like, right before they reach their destination, right? Like a couple minutes beforehand or whatever, because you're not actively thinking of, like, for example, I have to breathe, my right foot has to put a little bit of tension. You're not thinking of every single step, like, along that journey. So that's the same sort of process that I'm thinking about for her. That's true. Me for real, dude. Same. That's why I'm like, it doesn't escape us. It's a normal part of, like, the brain in general. Is sometimes we just disassociate time because it is what it is. Shit gets repetitive, and we, like, once we master something. I hate to use this because I always use it, but I'll think about it this way, right? How many of you are manually blinking? Oh, that's right. I changed it up to you. Normally it's manually breathing, but how many of you are manually blinking? Or are you automatically blinking? Do you plan on when you blink? Or is it automatic for you because your brain has already, like, when you're a very, very little kid, your brain adjusted to it, and you're just doing it just to do it. And you're not even actively thinking about it. That's the main process where it comes at. Only when I have dust in my eyes, so I have to have conditions. Right. So that's the main thing when it comes to Frieren as well. How would she not disassociate in moments like that? She would be active when she gets her books and she's all in it. But, like, all of a sudden, everything else, it's like, it's a part of repetition. She's like, I eat, I sleep, I shit, I masturbate, I do this, I do that. It's all a part of repetition for her, right? So it wouldn't be that out of hand to go ahead and think about it in this way, which is like, for her, all of these years is just autopilot until she meets something or someone that breaks that autopilot cycle. And that's where those, like, key moments pop up. Beautiful shit the more I look into it. I will ask, and I'm not sure if I've asked this before, but I will ask again just for clarification. How many of you have told someone or hinted to someone that you like them, but they never knew? Or for them, it just went over their head? Or for yourself, maybe someone was flirting with you, and maybe somebody said that they loved you or that they liked you, but you're just like, yeah, like a friend, or like it went over your head and you're just like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You kept doing your thing. How was that for you? The realization moment, or the moment, like, realizing, hey, they're just not getting it. Was it okay for you, or did it take you a while to, like, come to terms with it? Top thing I want to be in this world? A mimic. Just so that Frieren can fall in. My man. Had to go over a ton. Had to go over my head a ton. Yeah. Do you think that her magic collecting has become a part of this habit, or is it a continuation of the presence that she had with him? It's a bit of both. It's a bit of legacy as well, and I think that's it's important to highlight this. Why do you do what you do? Chat, we're about to go serious and incorporate it into the show. Why do you do what you do? Why are you the person that you are? Like right now. Why? Why do you, I don't know, do certain things? Is it because you're trying to destroy a part of a legacy, a part of yourself? Maybe keep aspects of someone's legacy alive? Maybe you're trying to go ahead and, like, prove your parents wrong? What are you trying to go ahead and do? Why are you who you are? right now? Why do you do what you do? What inspired you to go to, say, college, university? Why are you getting that degree if you're getting a degree? Why are you in that job? What makes you stay at that job? What makes you wake up every morning? What inspires you? Why are you you? For Frieren, getting magic, and seeing the happiness that she brought like onto other people by using her magic and finding all these weird magics that most people would just throw away, that brought happiness to her and got a positive moment, a moment that anchored her down in time and allowed her to smile, allowed her to break this facade, this wall of mask that she has, that was broken apart by Himmel's simple words, that allowed her the inspiration to keep going on, might be a legacy to try and keep that alive. And even unbeknownst to her, she might not think about it that way. For her, it's, I got to find magic because I got to learn, I got to be better. But be better at what? Who's testing you? A little bit of the letters in the alphabet. As a NEET, I don't have much to answer. Even if you're a NEET, why are you a NEET? What makes you a NEET? This goes for everyone. If you guys want to take this seriously, give an answer. Like, just go through this journey with me. It's an introspective journey to even like process, right? What makes you you? What makes you want to, like, for example, Lena, what made you want to graduate and go to school and do whatever you did? Blade, what makes you work at the job that you currently have? Everyone else, what makes you you? What makes you hang out with the friends that you hang out with? Is it a random thought though? Or is it thoughts that have already started to perceive and start changing your brain patterns to like certain aspects or react a certain way or to fend off a certain way? How many of you, bold assumption, we have friends, you might have your friend or your right hand, bro. It don't matter. Like the aspect is, like, at some point in time you came into contact with someone and it started switching you to finally have a bachelor's degree, but also to do have one in something like good and am good at, that I liked and good at. What does that mean for you? What does it mean to have something that you're good at, Lena? What does it mean to actually have a bachelor's degree for you? The job I work at is mostly a lucky situation. Why? Why is it a lucky situation? I do things so that I could become comfortable for myself in the future. Why? Why do you have to be comfortable for yourself in the future? What does it mean for you to not have those things? What does an uncomfortable future look like? And I know for a lot of people, this is fucking terrifying. For a lot of people, this is like, it's fucking terrifying to process things this deeply. And literally just keep asking yourself why, right? Why do I need this? Even if you don't believe it, right? Better opportunities to reach a milestone. What milestone? Well, why is this milestone important for you? And why are these job opportunities, what do these job opportunities mean for you? Afraid I could end a certain way if I don't do what I want. And all of a sudden we start getting into fears. As we start to go through it, we start understanding what our core schemas are, right? So for example, for Frieren, it might be something along the lines where she doesn't know this. This is all subconscious work as you work through it, right? All at the very bottom, it might be something along the lines of, it's thanks to this magic that I was able to make this connection. And without it, I am worthless. I am a shadow of myself. I am not loved. I am no one. With it, I was given attention. I was cared for. I was loved. I was able to smile. I was able to be human. That's the legacy that she might want to protect. So what legacy do you want to protect? What legacy surrounds you that you want to protect when you keep breaking things down? Also, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a replacement for therapy or anything like that. Go seek out your mental health providers. I'm not going to be your psychologist. I'm not going to be your therapist. I love y'all, but this is just me being straight up about it. Yeah, snooze that ad, Lena, please. In a way, I don't keep falling behind, and also to take advantage of the big weight within my family. So it sounds like family is really important to you, Lena. It sounds like the weight of your family is placed on you. There's a lot of expectations on you. What does it mean for you to fail? If you were to fail, and if you were to not say, whatever reason, not come through with it, what does that mean for you? All of a sudden, it goes fucking deep, right? We go into the fucking deep end with it. And it keeps getting deeper the more that we process things. I hope that this makes sense. How many, for you guys, is anyone confused? Do you guys see where I'm getting at with it? I hope it makes sense. I know sometimes I go way too fucking deep at times. Feel that I am indeed a failure. So what does it mean for you to be a failure? Is it what does it mean for you to be a failure? What does failure mean to you? Being comfortable is normal. Exactly, Valentin. Being uncomfortable is okay, guys. Being uncomfortable is how we grow. The point that I'm highlighting through that is just to showcase how you can even use some of these characters and use the structure of why. And we start coming into a core schema as to what it might be, what these characters' deep motivations might be, and why it might align in that way. I felt like I cooked in a way I didn't expect to cook. I need to think on that a bit more. Oh, Lena. I felt like we might be accidentally cooking using you guys as a form to cook. Failure for me is a refusal to try again after a relapse of a bad habit. But why is that failure? What does failure mean? What does that mean for you, though? You know, and just ask yourself what does that mean? Challenge the thought patterns. Being challenged is okay. Being able to say I am a failure is okay. We all fail at shit, but why do we stop ourselves from experiencing it? What does that mean? Why? Where does this come from? Social, culturally, what are you protecting? Are you protecting yourself? Are you trying to like put an aspect of yourself up here on a pedestal so that others can be okay, you know? Look at it. I'll be honest. I'm not capable of thinking like that without guidance. It's just something to process, something to do. You know, you can write it down and go through with it as a thought journal, as something. And it's powerful shit. That's all I got to say. Bro, why is she in red? Why is Mommy Elf in red? Like, you know, we're getting these feet for free, but like, she has all of these books around her. She's in a big power chair, although she's filling in the vacuum of a power dynamic that's been left empty. She looks cocky as though she's been there for a while. Is she like the shadow leader of something? Is she pulling the string for individuals? Or what the fuck do people want? I have a class all like sending messages and whatnot. No. Is that to me? None the fuck? Oh no. Sorry. But like the reason why I'm looking at this, I'm like, why do I feel like she might be a puppet leader? Or she might be like El Kukui, right? Or yeah, or something like that. I don't know, man. It feels like everyone's at fucking war, and like she would just be in the background, like pulling the strings, being like the evil shadow lord, you know, like some fucking silly shit like that, dude. I do like that the laurel, like, you know, that laurel of flowers is left there, and you know, this perspective of a journey that must go on. I do wonder how this show's gonna end, though. Is this show gonna end in the beginning, like the beginning? Is this show gonna end where they're coming back from, say, defeating the demon lords or reaching heaven or whatnot might be out there, coming back type of a thing, and then boom, all of a sudden Frieren is old. Maybe she passes away. The dude, if it goes on this journey, maybe they're old. They pass away. But this time she's different. This time, she's grown. This time, she's ready to take those steps without going through the entire journey of reflection, of relapse, of whatnot, and is able to go ahead and maintain a semblance of meaning. Is this where this is going? That's where my mind is constantly at. Like, what does this journey mean for her? Anyway, I think there's damn, we're only on season 1. I'm drinking pineapple juice from apple cider because I'm sick and I'm trying. Oh, Valentin, pobrecito. Whew. I'm curious. I like the more I process this, the more that my brain is ringing that there's more in the intro that I'm not seeing, and I don't know why. Why is my brain saying this intro has another layer that you're not seeing just yet? You have to go back and see it. I don't know. I don't know. Should I ignore it? I don't know. We'll have 28 episodes watched. Good news. That's pretty good. There's a lot of characters that we haven't been introduced to. And I think that's one aspect that I'm kind of curious about. How is this gonna push through it, right? How are we gonna get introduced to this cast of characters that we have not even seen yet? Like, we have not even been. Are they gonna be good guys or bad guys? Are they gonna be background characters? My mind is mm. He found the
シュタルク
purpose.
様がいるからこの村は大丈夫だってな。
Considering that you stayed here, I doubt it. I think something had a tooth operation. Oof. Yeah, Nick. That's. I think the expectations that people put on people, like people place on you, and sometimes the world places on others, is insane. And sometimes those expectations are completely unrealistic, right? Like I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight it. Streamers, content creators, whatnot. The unknown expectations that are placed on them to keep performing, to keep doing stuff, is sometimes to the level of impossible. You have to keep making content this way. You have every day you have to release something. You have to do this. You have to stream. You have to, and it can grow to be a lot. It can grow to be crushing weight, but yet they still get up and they still try their best to do it. Some people break under that pressure, but seeing him keep training and keep training because people have put him on this level, on this pedestal, where he has, yeah. The YouTube algo will punish channels that don't upload regularly. Yeah, they punish channels that are unmonetized. They punish channels that have copyright claims. They punish like there's a lot of aspects of self-punishment that come through the algorithm and aspects like this. But when it comes to this in particular, like, what expectations have people placed on you that you felt was a weight on you? Was it your family? And if so, what did that do? I'll be honest. I'm the first in my family to get a college education. The first in my family to get their associate's degree, to get their bachelor's degree, to get my master's degree, to be getting my doctoral degree, or having the doctoral degree, or doctoratus, and doing certain things, and getting licensures, and going back and forth, raising up to be a clinical director, being able to go ahead and so on and so forth. But that was still a lot of expectations that were placed on me by family. There was a lot of expectations from family to succeed. That, like, if when I finish my master's degree, is that it? Is that all is that where you're gonna stop? And it's like, whoa, that amount of pressure can make or break you. And that's a big thing to come through with that. My dad always went on about how you can't even pick up garbage without a grade 12. I now have a work from home DevOps job. Cleverka, look at you, man. uh but yeah, like that's the big thing. I got gray hair after starting YouTube. Yeah, it can be a lot. Like that's sort of what I'm highlighting is the amount of pressure, the amount of stress that comes through it that is not easy, man. Not easy at all.
殴られたのはあの時が初めてだったな。
That's and I guess this is where a big aspect comes in. Praise. Praise is huge. And I'm not just saying good girl, bad boy type of a thing, but like genuine praise, like you're doing amazing. I'm proud of you. A lot of people go years, months without hearing that. I'm proud of you. How many of you haven't heard that in a while? Like genuinely speaking, or I love you. What's something that you haven't heard in a while that you feel you need to hear? That you feel you need to hear? That you've been wanting to hear right here, right now, this moment? What is something that comes to mind? Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, that can make a person feel inferior and feel like they're not ready if you're not getting praised, if you're not getting appropriately praised, appropriately, pushed and then challenged and rewarded for that. I like how chat goes silent. They're like, I'm scared. You won't be judged. No one's going to judge you for it. I know for a lot of people, it's I'm proud. I am legitimately proud of who you are, of what you're doing, of how far you've come. Foxy, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. For some, it's you are enough. You might not believe that you are. You might have gone your entire life fighting against this stigma, fighting against, whatnot. But you yourself, as the individual that you are today, right now, I know I don't know a majority of you guys, or you might just be a stranger that like bumps into this channel, but you are enough. You yourself, as the individual that you are, is enough. You are smart. You are loved. You are, and I guess a big thing to go with this, like, is I am proud. I am proud of you. I love you. And I'm saying this out of like genuineness. I hope that you leave a wonderful mark in this world. I can't tell you guys, and I can't I wish I could fully explain the amount of adults that I deal with, and especially older adults, later on in life, who have told me the last time that they've heard that was when they were little kids. The last time that they heard that was before they were teenagers, before they felt a separation from their family. The last time or some of them have never heard that in their life. Some of them have never heard "I'm proud of you." Some of them retain that in and aren't open to sharing it, aren't open to like, I need a hug, I need praise, I need validation, I need someone to say I am worthy, I am enough, I like what I'm standing for, it means something. And when you have 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds breaking down because they haven't heard that in 40, 50, 60, 70 years since they were little kids, you get to understand how much of a difference that means, Is that why I love listening to? It might be Faris. It might be. Like we sometimes seek out some sort of validation, whether it's in the softer side of things, where they say, "I'm proud of you. You're enough. I love you. You're doing amazing work," or like whatnot. Like everyone has a different term for what we need, and sometimes we seek it out. We seek it out in friendships. We seek it out in everything. But guys, if you need a safe space again, that that's why we're here for. It's an opportunity to be able to express yourself, enjoy the community, talk about the psychology of characters. Yeah, we might be a little degenerate. We might laugh and we might do 101 things, but it's an opportunity for us to genuinely care about one another and not tear down other communities or other reactors or other instances like that, because that's not what this is about. It's about personal growth. It's about the opportunity to grow and genuinely care and evolve from that. Oh
十分
shit.
すぎるほど積んで
Aw, man. Y'all know what this is, right? Oh, it starts at the letter P. Oh, Frieren is a good master after all. But it's also a moment to share our stories and bond. And I think that's a big aspect to that. It's like, yeah, propinquity is showing our stories to build rapport, evolve, grow, and care about one another. Yeah.
シュタルク様はどう
Oh, brother.
どうだった
That was really based. And I think this is why, like, she's speaking facts. But, like, this is an exemplary message to get out there. Like, you might be working with professionals, with friends and whatnot. You might hear it 1,001 different times told in 100,000 different ways. Like, you know, wow, did you know that people that make their beds are successful, or more than likely to be successful? Wow, did you know that if you make your bed, you're able to go out and get up and, you know, start in the right path, or, you know, start the day off right? Wow, did you know that if you clean, that's right, you guys right now that are watching this, your desk is a little dirty. Do you want to clean that up? It's good for your mental health. It's a good representation of where your mental health is. Like, my mental health at the moment, I've been a little stressed out, and I can tell there's a lot of shit thrown around, and I need to clean up. Do you guys mind cleaning up your desk as well with me? Why don't we throw away at least like 2 pieces of trash? Yeah, like that way we're able to go ahead and just clean up a little bit. I'm throwing away some trash right now, ladies and gentlemen. Got an envelope that I'm not even fucking using for no reason. What else do I throw from here? But I don't have any trash. We all have semblances of trash around us. It doesn't have to be in your desk. It can be in your room. You know, we can all get together and clean here. Hold on. That's 3 pieces of trash. All right. But the reason why I'm highlighting that, and the reason why underestimate the small things like trash, laundry, absolutely, see, count. That's what I'm getting at. Is people underestimate the small things. People underestimate the small gestures and what that does for someone, right? By doing something like this, and even by talking about it like in that manner, for some people that might have spoken to them, that might have given them a quick wake-up call, like, oh shit, that's right, my room is dirty, oh, my desk is dirty, maybe I am going to throw a piece of trash away. And I hope the editors don't edit that out, like, because it's a moment of reflection. It's a moment of looking around you and realizing, like, wait a minute, I've heard people have told me that, I've told myself that, and I haven't acted on it. But this random streamer, for some reason, started cleaning up on stream with 100+ people, not giving a fuck about being entertaining or doing a super kawaii voice, or, you know, putting on a VTuber face and whatever, right? Like, he just fucking stopped streaming and started cleaning and was throwing away trash. And man, I got up and threw something away. That's a small step, and that's worth something. And this is what is beautiful about the show, is it highlights these moments. You know, it highlights moments where a message can be sent to you, doesn't have to be direct, it can be nonverbal. It doesn't connect, right? You hear it, but it doesn't connect. But yet somebody else does it, and for you that might mean the world. So what does my brother want? I don't know what the fuck he wants. He's sending me a message about, hey, can you cover my dentist appointment tomorrow? He's what the fuck? Ed May cosplay. I'll tell you what, because I need one that's my size. If you guys find a maid outfit on the throne that's extra large, I'll fucking do a cleaning stream. I don't give a fuck. We'll do it like Sunday or something. I don't care. I'll put it on. I don't mind doing it, watching a little bit of anime and then cleaning up, and we'll have a cleanup stream. Her face. I'm slightly disappointed. Oh shit. I swear, man. I swear. If my dude takes him out with one fucking swing or some shit, bro, or he's actually OP as fuck and he hasn't realized it yet, and it turns into like this big moment, I'm like my heart's just gonna fucking stop. Like, I feel like it's been like growing. You're it. Wait, what? Why? It's growing into a moment of maybe even you'll never know when your hard work pays off until it pays off type of a setting, right? Does he need a reason?
短いね。
超長えよ。
That's not very long. Loki at the vet. In case you guys don't know, I have a big, like wolf husky, and he's a good boy, but he's very, very fucking scary for people when they look at him. Fight or flight, baby. He'll be fine. Oh.
師匠とこれは強敵だな。
Yes, sir.
ここまで連れてきたんだ。
Yes, sir. That's it, baby. That's it. That's fucking base, dude. That is like the most based fucking response I've heard to that. Fear isn't a determinant to stop. You know, being afraid is okay. Being afraid means that you're still alive, that you're still human, that you're able to go out and do things, right? That you're about to face something big in your life. We all have to, like, here's the thing. If we're all comfortable all the time, are we growing as individuals, as fighters? I'll be honest, as a fighter, I've been scared of some people. I take off my glasses, bro, and I can't fucking see. I can't even see the screen in front of me. Everything's blurry. Like, literally. The lights, I can see the lights. I can't tell the fucking distance. But when I'm fighting, I go off of people's sounds and usually the shadows, right? Because that's all I can fucking see. So when I'm fighting someone, sometimes like a person's so good that they can hide the way that they're breathing. And then the world goes silent for me when they're moving quick. And all of a sudden, I'm just in my head trying to go out and think, and I'm scared. I'm scared because all of a sudden, I have to rely on my instincts. I have to be okay with letting go. And I have to be okay with facing fear, you know, and the unknown, and 101 other aspects like that. That's why this is powerful shit, dude. Like, good, yeah, same blind as a bat. Exactly. It
警
knows.
戒している。やっぱりどうりで村が襲われなくなったわけだ。に行くようなバカじゃない。
Dude. Because he was afraid as well. I'm over here tearing the fuck up, dude. Ah, I'm like legit like on the. Honestly, that's. Oh, some people are really, really fucking phenomenal. Great people on the verge of fucking greatness, right? And there's been moments in their life where they just never came to the realization of how amazing they were as an individual. And fear consumes them, and you know it's something big that they're always straight up working through, right? And I've seen it time and time again, which is why it's like it's powerful to see moments like this. I think it's an important thing to remember in situations like this. You probably won't ever get over fear for pretty much anything, maybe over lots of times. But as someone with the big needle phobia, it doesn't matter how many times the things that matter are the times they do it anyway. Exactly. Fear is not something, if we could control fear, that'd be amazing, but we can't. There are things that are going to fucking terrify us. Whether it's breakups, getting the "we need to talk" message, whether it's, you know, having the fear of a loved one passing away or yourself, whether it's the fear of going into work and failing or embarrassing yourself. Fear is a motivator, is an aspect of change because it causes us to change. And we have to be able to go ahead and be adaptable and be open to experiencing that fear. Powerful
か
shit,
わい
man.
そうなことをしてしま
Wow.
俺の弟子はとんでもない戦士
And she
にな
gets to see it. Wow. It's already dead, isn't it? Oof. Oh, dude, I'm fucking tearing up. Oh, dude. Oh, that's just. Oh, man. Solo kill. Ah, yeah, let me cry. Let me cry, bro. Let me cry. He's him. Yeah, he's him, bro. He's him. This reminded me of something 4 years ago, 5 years ago, roughly. A while ago. Um, when I was first doing, well, one of the times that I was doing therapy, I met with this individual. I'll go through this, which it amazes me today how the impact that you can have on people and how amazing and like progressive it can go. Doing therapy, doing a lot of psychoeducational opportunities for someone that was quite young, 17 turning 18. We went over everything that we talk about on stream, Maslow, Bronfenbrenner, Erickson, like Carl Rogers. We went over like 101 different aspects of what it means to grow, what it means to excel, for them to understand themselves. They came from a background of not wanting anything in their life, where even their parents sort of like completely let go. They thought that they were going to fail. They thought that they were going to be nothing. They couldn't see themselves doing anything. And, by the end of our sessions together, because at 18, you're turning into an adult, sort of up to you to get, like, insurance-wise, get your own insurance, do certain things in some cases. Anyway, or transition into the adult side, essentially. Needless to say, what ended up happening was they graduated, right? We said our goodbyes type of a thing. Hey, it brings our sessions to a close. And they told me great news. They had accepted into a college. Awesome. Didn't hear much about them. About a week ago, I come to find out that there was someone that I had to work closely with, right? The same kid, years later, has now graduated with their bachelor's degree in psychology and is now, working towards your master's degree in psychology because of the impression that it had on their life, because of them being able to go out and take certain things. And they came up to me and they like hugged me and they're like, those when we were first talking, that sort of shifted out my life and like put me in the right direction to be able to go ahead and like start the process of like trying to learn more and be more. And right now they're working as a case manager and they're doing amazing stuff. Yeah, dude, they're doing amazing stuff and they're like, I'm ahead even in my classes, like I understand all the concepts. And they're bringing up these things and the professors are like, whoa, like how do you know about this type of stuff? And and they're just like, for them it's made a complete 180. It did a complete 180 where their life is improving. They have a partner. They're moving in together. They're stabilizing and they're doing amazing things. And I'm like looking at moments like this and seeing people genuinely succeed because I definitely saw that they had a humanistic element, that they had a bunch of potential to do amazing things, and then them capitalizing on it. It's amazing. And it makes me proud to see moments like that. It hasn't just been one person. I've encountered many individuals like that, but this stands out to me, man. And it's yeah.
What?
And I guess I'll say this. When I first started doing these reactions, these sort of things, talking about these concepts, ideas, whatnot, I was alone. I felt alone. I felt abandoned. I felt like, most people told me to stop. Most people told me no one's going to watch your videos. No one's going to care. Literal friends told me stuff like this. No one's going to evolve into this. This is not going to have an impact on people. And I was afraid at points, and I'm glad that I faced that fear and I done what I had to do and I stuck through with it. We've talked about it, and I have this amazing community that is you guys. And I appreciate y'all. I genuinely fucking do. Like, I really, really appreciate you all. It's been an amazing ride to see more and more people join in and care and talk about these mental health elements in these shows. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say is other than I don't feel alone anymore. And I'm glad. And I'm really, really glad. So thank you all. No! An old hag. Aww. Oh.
宝の山
Oh.
3つまで
勇者一行の冒険がくだらないものになった。とても楽しい旅だったってよ。
Oh, dude. Bruh. Oh.
ないんだ。
ほんと
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the journey, man. That's what it's all about. Ah. Are you enjoying your ridiculous moments in your life? I hope you are. Even if there's no syrup, I hope you're enjoying some of the ridiculous moments that happen to us, man.
本当にくだらんな。
Or just for the sake of it, yep. Especially with no syrup.
透けて見える。ちっさ。
小さくねえよ。
Wait, what?
それで主体
She did not say it's average.
何？
ちっさ。
Bruh, you don't just destroy a man like that. Dude, Ferd. You don't. Oh, he's a grower, not a shower. It's okay. It's okay.
小さくねえよ。
Okay, but the real question is it an Xray spell? Because if so, wouldn't they be seeing the bones? Or is it a remove clothes spell, right? It only sees through clothes. That's an every fucking romance protagonist, etchy fucking lord's best dream, dude. She wanted to see hidden weapons. True. Seeing through clothes. Friend had never. Rogue, did you have that? Wait a minute. Wait. I didn't have that as a kid. Wait a minute. 28 years at the death of him. Damn, dude. Fucking red flag. Red flag. The moment you say that, fucking red flag. The red flag. Anytime you're like, oh wow, it's really silent in here. Fucking red flag. Anytime you don't say that. Don't ever fucking always be like, I'm comfortable. But never say, oh wow, it's really silent. This seems safe. Do you think Frieren has That's a good question. I don't even does Frieren even know about the talk rogue? Because she doesn't even know what love what love kind of is, right? But does she even know about sex? What do you guys think? Does Frieren even know about sex or concepts of sex? She can do research for 50 years. Yeah, just a casual 50. Just a casual 50, it is what it is. That's the real question we should be asking ourselves, right? I don't think Frieren cares about that sort of. Well, it's not about caring about that sort of thing. It's about like being enough to go ahead and understand it, like personally, not just the concept, but like what does that mean for you, right? Maybe understanding scientific aspects, yeah. Oh damn, we can't go any further. I guess we'll stay. She probably knows, just doesn't care. Probably. I assume she doesn't know about it. I think she would either be super blunt or just forget. One or the other. I would agree with that. It's probably one or the other. Those extremes where she's just blunt about it. Like, this is what happens. Here is a male or female genitalia. This is what happens. Boom. It's supposed to happen. I don't know. Oh, bro.
一人で行くね。
Oh. Anime has this thing where whenever they show food, it looks fucking delicious. It could be something so fucking simple, like just a fucking ice cream part, right? But they make it so fucking good. Like, or even fucking water, man. Some of that, like, you know how water sometimes, like, different water bottles taste different? Like, the water just tastes fucking different. Like there's some water that like you look at an anime and it looks so fucking delicioso, just you're just like person has a fucking orgasm or some shit while like drinking it because it looks so amazing. But looking at something like this, like the food just looks phenomenal. Like yeah, it depends on the mineral in it. And some commercials fake the food or they know how to work it, but that's why it's like we're looking at this and I'm like, I'm hungry. Oh. Oh.
でもが大きかったのに、あれほど
アイゼンの旦那ももう年だ。
Wonderful reflection on issues as well. Wonderful way to think about issues as well. When you're in it, the problem fucking feels huge. The problem feels enormous, as though at times it might be completely overwhelming you. And then as you get older and you look back, that problem might have just been a drop of water. but you're like, like when you were in it, fucking huge, man. That's something to always take into consideration. Is at the moment, sometimes our problems, sometimes life in of itself might feel humongous, might feel enormous. The issues might feel overwhelming, like it's a giant pull and you're starting to sink in it. But as time passes and as you grow in resilience and whatnot, it might have just been, 2 foot deep water, 3 foot deep water, and you're 6 feet tall or 5 foot, whatever. That's wow. Yeah, the passage of time makes us look at those experiences differently.
いいだろ別に。
Those eyes.
俺の金で買ったんだぜ。なんで怒ってんの？
嫌ですよね。
何この人。
安心しました。シュタルク
I'm relieved you're normal. Well, then y'all gotta get on fucking Frieren's ass. We ain't waiting 2 fucking years. I kind of want to be the chair, but aside from that, we ain't waiting 2 fucking years. We gotta dip. Like, we gotta get, we gotta be like a baby and fucking head out, bro. Like, no, like you guys have to fucking start putting up your own shit. Like, boundaries, or recall to that. Yeah, wait a second. Oh.
様って普通だ。
Well, fuck.
そりゃそうか。
Bro, this propinquity gonna be real, man. They're gonna start feeling shit for one another. Oh, at some point, our hearts. If we lose one of them, oh, my mind's just racing through all of this. Hold on, wait a minute.
悪人顔ですしね。
うるせえ。
Bruh. You see this face right here? This is a face known across Europe as La Cucaracha. That's right. You go into these shady alleys and you tell them the cucaracha sent you. I know that sounds fucked up. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say. If you know, you know. Oh, sagas. Oh, my... long story short, TLDR. Essentially, too long, didn't read. Spent time abroad. Oof. First time there, ended up going to shady ass bars. Didn't know that it was kind of a meetup spot with a bunch of different people. Like, they locked the bar as soon as I went in, shut all the windows and doors. We were drinking. They were giving each other names. Everyone was like, I am this, I am that. Came to me, they all pointed at me. They're all fucking looking at me and taking shots. I'm the cucaracha. Fuck it. Everyone was like, you're the cucaracha. We all drank all night, got stupid. Went back home. This is actually the time when I ended up in another city. I got so messed up. I ended up taking a train thinking I was going back to my original place because it was one of my first times like in that area. Ended up in another city. You have any idea who I am? And needless to say, we would end up like Brady and I and others would end up at random clubs and bars and whatnot. And let's just say people would be like, it's la cucaracha. We would all drink. Like it was nonstop. It was nonstop, bro. Let's just say that I have a nickname around there for a reason. Especially when it came to drinking tequila. Like I was nonstop, dude. Anyway, that's why I'm saying, bro, you go up there, you're like, tell them the cucaracha sent you. Yeah. That distance, though. Yeah, what the fuck do you mean by that? You don't have a lot of... Is it because you don't have a lot of time before your master dies or something? And you're trying to prove them right? Because you're bringing up your master a lot. So that's sort of what I'm thinking is you don't have a lot of time before your master passes away. Oof. Oh. Oh.
たった10年の冒険を
Don't hurt me like this, man. Funnily enough, that's actually something that, like, in my life, I guess personal moment time, I'm kind of dealing with at the moment, you know. I mentioned before, if you know, you've been on Discord and shit, I have an uncle that's in stage 4 at the moment. He's been dealing with a lot of stuff, and it's been tough. It's been tough. But aside from my uncle, I've also been dealing with my dad, in terms of like, he, you know, he has congestive heart failure, essentially. And he ended up giving us a scare a while ago. And we went and we got the news, he knows about it and whatnot. And it's, you know, it sucks because I don't like opening up a lot about certain instances. It's going, you know, I try to keep things professional, but at times I guess we got to open up and share instances like this where he's been working in construction for all of his life. And like literally as a kids, we used to live paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, at times he was drinking outside the other day. He was fucking crying, dude. it fucked me up, dude. Like, you know, I went out there, I sat with him, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I've worked my entire life. And he's like, his hand is like huge. Like, one of his hands is completely, like, I don't know how to put it, like, has like retaining water, essentially. Needs to go get it cleaned out, like, from time to time. His leg is that way as well, and he still goes every day to work. And he's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I'm trying to retire. He's like, I have a year left, but with the retirement money, it's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, like, pay the bills or go to the doctor or anything. And that fucking destroyed me, dude. It destroyed me to think that, like, he's worked his entire fucking life and he's still not gonna be able to, like, have enough to live comfortably, like, till the end of his days, you know? And to think that, like, he's been staying quiet about it, like, to me and my brothers and whatnot. And that he doesn't have a lot of time left. He's like, you know, when you go on your journeys and whatnot, and you go on your conferences and you go abroad and where you go speak and you tell all these adventures, it makes me happy because I can, like, he's like, I wanted to do something with my life when I was a kid, when I was younger, but, like, you being able to do it and tell these stories is, he's like, it makes me happy, and like, it gives him a purpose a little bit, and it's yeah, man, it's something that's like, it's tough to deal with, it's tough to hear, but at some point all of us will hear. At some point all of us will process and, you know, advance through it. And that's why it's like, you know, it's a big deal. It's carrying on a will, carrying on a legacy, or taking on adventures, or, you know, standing for yourself to do that. Sorry, I don't mean to be a mess on here, but it's a system and a half, dude. It's a lot to, yeah, it's a lot to deal with. Not just myself, I also have my brothers, luckily, that one of them you guys have met. The other one, that was his own thing. But we're all sort of united in that effort, in that, like, life and whatnot, of just being a close family, I guess. Powerful fucking show. Holy shit, dude.
Frieren様、こんなところで何をやっているんですか?
Get caught. Turns out they're hunting elves. Acting a bit sussy was. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, never mind. Oh, that look. Oof. Oof. That look. It's a mix of disgust and worry. That look. Demon King, oh shit. She's like, that's not what I expected. This goes against my plan. I wanted to spend at least a year or two here studying some new magic, and now these people are just. Does she understand how famous she is? I don't think she even gets that, bro. She's like, I don't get the, why do people like me? Oh. Yeah.
大変だったんだぞ、あれからいろいろ。なあ。
ええ。
What a fucking show, dude. Legitimately, like this show just hits you in the feels, and it knows how to do it. And if people want an action show, this is not the show to watch, right? Like if people just want, like, you know, your a stereotypical isekai type of thing or magical fantasy world type of thing, this is not it. This is slow, and it's slow with a purpose. It's slow with the purpose of actually introducing these elements and making you think, right? I do wonder, this episode made me fucking cry again, dude. The first one made me tear up like a crazy, and this one made me tear up. For you guys, how was this for you? How was this episode for you? Did you guys tear up? Were you guys impacted by it? It's a beautiful story that it's telling, and I feel like the weight that they're going on in this journey is the weight that we're probably going to go through with it. Yeah, I'm getting destroyed nearly as much as MIA, but the complete Blade. I feel it, man. I feel like I'm getting destroyed by this, and enjoying this so much just convinces me he's gonna love Spice and Wolf. Man, not this episode. I teared up in episodes 1 and 2 so far. Then we'd be no different from the demons. Wait a minute. What? Oh man, I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being here, especially if you guys are on YouTube. Hold on, because we're gonna get SB joining us in a bit, I believe. Bro, my heart just, that was something. That was fucking something and a half. I don't know how else to put it. Like, next arc, the animation went that hard that episode. Yeah. Good night, world. Oh, a little bit of sadness. Well, for me, it's like these episodes carry a lot of weight, and I feel like if you connect a lot of your personal experiences to them, it increases a lot more. It's not just like your everyday, like, boom, here you go, stereotypical isekai. It's like, hey, if you connect this to your life, you're gonna feel a lot, you're gonna grow a lot, you know. But episode 1 and 2 were rough, dude. This episode, like, just because of my own personal experiences, was something else as well for me, you know. It hits where it hurts. Yeah, exactly. The animation went hard this episode, indeed. One thing to remember about this show is there's usually a large amount of time between episodes, so time is passing. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Whew, man. Guys, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Genuinely, thank you. I hope you guys took something away. Maybe felt a little something, whether that's sadness or whatever might be going on in your life. Maybe just processed a little something.
I got you a nice little image as well.
Oh, a nice little
not the one that I just sent you, but there's another one. There's a poster for Frieren.
Oh, oh, a poster for. Now I'm curious. Hold on, hold on. Did you send it to me?
Yep, just sent it now.
Ooh. Here we go. I'm pulling it up on my phone just because for some reason my computer's being weird. Holy shit, wait a minute. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, so I guess we're getting a war? What looks like a war. Holy crap, dude. That's amazing. I know chat's gonna be like, wait, what are you guys watching? What are you guys seeing? Oh, okay, they know it. It looks good.
I think some know. Yeah.
So, what'd you think? We have 2 shows to talk about, 2 shows to go through on this one.
I wrote down one word note for Frieren, and that was fear, because I really liked the whole concept of fear that it delved into. Was like, it's not like shameful to have fear, and it kind of reminded me of Batman because in Batman, in the last Batman movie that was done with the previous actor, not the current new generation, but there was the whole thing with Bane, and it was like when Batman doesn't feel fear, he couldn't push himself to his limits. And then when he felt fear, then he was able to push himself. I kind of felt like it was a little bit like that, where with fear, it allows you to be aware of the situation that you're in, but to also be not just cautious, but also push yourself as far as you can and even push yourself beyond those limits. And that's why he was able to just hit the dragon, knock it out, and completely destroy it in one go, was because, yeah, he was scared. He was worried that the dragon might get the leg up, end up killing him. And so, yeah, he just went all out and just threw everything at him, or at the dragon, which was just funny the way he kind of called her a hag at the end.
Yeah. I was going to say, just in general, because a lot of people want to be comfortable. But I think the show brings it up in a way where you have to face your fears to start growing and evolving and asserting aspects of yourself. So we'll get personal with you, which is SB. What do you fear?
I think it's the fear of being forgotten.
And why is that?
It's one of those things where I've always kind of thought that, and this kind of delves into actually why I always kind of, this may not be the most healthy mindset, but it is a mindset that I had and kind of still do have, was when I was very down in the dumps and I was very much thinking of some pretty harmful thoughts to myself, I always came back to the realization that if I ended up ending my life, I would just become forgotten. And that was my greatest fear, that I hated the idea that if I died, my mind was like, well, in a couple of months, people will just forget about me. They'll move on, they'll live life like normal, and I'll just become nothing more than like footsteps in the sand. I'll just slowly just fade away and they'll be forgotten. And that always bugged me inside, was the idea of just becoming forgotten and just not being a memory in people. And so that's why I always kind of like, whenever I was really down at the dumps, I always remembered that. And I was like, no, I'm going to stick this through, do something, try and build something more meaningful, something that people will remember me by, which was why I've always had that kind of fear of being forgotten.
So in a way, are your channels a part of your legacy?
Yes.
So what do you wish people could take away from what you've created so far? Like in the future, if someone were to look in, what do you wish that message is?
I hope to pass on like things that I've learned in life, like my own mistakes, observing other people's mistakes. Like some of the things that I've talked about is like, you know, redemption is a particular interesting topic that I brought up recently. And the idea of not allowing anger or hate or spitefulness to control what you think of others and just yourself as well, and trying to pass on life lessons that I've learned in life and passing that as like a legacy to others so that they can read that and say, maybe I should, you know, not do those same things that I've done in my mistakes, and use that as a way to become better, like be better than me, see my mistakes, learn from my mistakes and be better than me. Like that's kind of how I saw this episode as well, is that It was like the younger one learning from the mistakes of the teacher and then becoming better and exceeding their expectations, becoming more and raising to new heights. And that's something that I think both have kind of a lot in common, is that that's what I want to pass on, is that idea of, I guess in a way, it'd be a teacher, teach people or give wisdom, and how people interpret that is just up to them.
I was gonna say, yeah, it got deep, man. That's why it's one of those questions that, like, when you start talking about fear and legacy, you get deep, because they're universal things that we all carry through with it. And you're right. I think a big aspect of that is, what did the master teach the student, and how is the student surpassing him, and what are they taking on from their legacy and going forward with it. And that's a beautiful concept to take in, because we're all flawed individuals. We're not perfect. Fear makes us do stupid shit at times. Sometimes it makes us overcome some wonderful challenges. But at the end of the day, it's what we do and how we react with it. Like, we're always in control of our actions, right? And how we react, or how we try and make amends, or how we do things when we're stable. So it's something about personal satisfaction. How do you want to carve this world out for yourself? SP, do you want to be the individual that keeps laying out lessons and doing these wonderful things, and getting more people involved and seeing anime through a different perspective? Or are you going to be like every other stone out there, which is still valid in for themselves, right? Like every other AI or simple content creator out there, which is a battle in of itself for legacy.
Yeah, I think it's also why I don't like the idea of just becoming part of like a formula. It's one thing that kind of has always irked me, is like when people kind of don't really give an opinion, they kind of just go with the herd, and you can tell they have something different to say, and it's like, just say it. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, just say it and then have a discussion from it. And I think one of the things that does concern me is that idea of that we can't have discussions anymore online.
Yeah.
And that is something, a part of that legacy that I want to build on, is like teaching, making people think, make people analyze. But you can't do that anymore, because apparently as soon as you start like bringing an opinion or a different thought or bringing a question, it instantly gets shut down. And it's like, well, no, you can't do that. And it's like,
isn't it scary to see how, like, even for this show, I've seen people start criticizing it because of how deep it wants to make you think, right? Like, if you allow yourself to go deep with it, if you allow yourself the opportunity to relate to it, you can go really, really deep with this show. But I've seen people criticize it for that, because there's no action, because it's, making you, like, it's holding up a mirror and making people uncomfortable.
that's one of the things I see a lot, is when like you analyze an anime and you look into the deeper components of it, like the messaging, like you just said there, and then people go, oh, it's not that deep, it's just an anime. And it's like a stereotype for anime. It's like they treat like these animes like they're Pokemon, and even then Pokemon's got some pretty heavy themes in it as well. Yeah, there's some interesting lore about like Jesse and James and how they went through traumatic events and felt neglected, and why they went into crime was because, well, society treated them like garbage. Like one of them wanted to be a nurse, but the system didn't allow that because only a Pokemon was allowed to be a nurse. But she wanted to be there to be a nurse, and it just, I think animes have interesting messages that should be looked into, because I think they're a part of life lesson. But I feel like as soon as you do that, people instantly go, well, no, you can't think deep about these animes because it's not that deep. It's like, well, yeah, it is that deep. Yeah. Sure, you may not want to look at the deep components. Maybe you just want to, put the popcorn out and just mindlessly watch something, and that's fine. But there's always something to be gained and learned from something. There's always some hidden message, because again, it's created by a person.
Right.
I think even Eminence in the Shadow has its own little meaning behind it, whether it's really ridiculous and just making satirical fun at stuff. There's always some little fun meaning behind it. And I think Frieren gets a lot of criticism now because, yeah, it's slower, it's character building, it's world building, it's going through human emotions, human nature, the flaws, like the kinks in our armor. And because that is something worth discussing, instantly people just go, no, can't do that because it's you can't go deep in anime. And it's just like, really?
Yeah.
Is that the hill the community is going to die on? Is that you can't be deep about a series that actually is delving into human nature?
Well, and through that, I'll highlight my own experiences. Doing the videos, the content of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hour like deep analysis on some of these videos. I'll showcase some of it. I've gotten a lot of hate and pushback from it, because for people it's like, no way you can talk about a topic for this long. Oh, he's the common things that come out, he's reading ahead, he clearly likes, and all these assumptions. It's like, dude, I'm literally taking the time to like break down every single step of my thought process and how I'm getting there. And for some people, it's like, anime's not that deep. The only way you can know this is if you read ahead, or if you do certain things. Why can't you do it like every other reactor? 15-minute cuts or 10-minute cuts of just emoji reacting. You're breaking the mold in not a good way. I've been told like by people, oh, you're making this anime to be deeper than what it really is. And it's like, my job is to be a psychologist and analyze people, because people don't give them the chance to like explore these elements. Even people categorize others as not being deep, despite them just being human and them going through difficulties and them having 101 things. Literally, like, people take books seriously, people take movies seriously, and these same people are criticizing anime and then being like, why isn't anime taken seriously? It's because you guys are you guys are being huge proponents to it, and you guys are like becoming tribalistic to the point where if someone tries to do something new and unique, someone actually tries to do something they're passionate about, you're saying no because it doesn't fit the way that we like it. Weird.
It is. It really is. And I think that's what ends up harming the overall anime community, because everything's just broken down into sort of mindlessness. And that's why I made a comment recently, was that a lot of review channels don't feel like review channels anymore. They feel like a recap or a synopsis of an episode. And that's something that I've noticed just in general, not just like content creators, but also just on review sites as well, where people aren't really giving their thoughts anymore. They're just recapping the episode and going, yeah, these things happened. And then they go, here's a score. And it's like, but why do you think those things? How did you get to that thought process? At least explain it so we can understand. But they're not allowed to, because as soon as they do, they then get criticized. Well, you're not allowed to have an opinion. And so that's why I feel like it's become a double-edged sword, where people go, well, reviews have become pointless. But it's like, at the same time, anytime someone does review something, it then gets criticized for thinking something that they don't like. And it's kind of sad, because series like Frieren are just so enriched in story, especially when you see like this episode. And I mean, it was clear that last episode, it was building up to this character that was scared to make the first step, but clearly he had the potential, and he thought his mentor was angry at him, but it was actually just fear of that. He exceeded his expectations. He was that strong, that gifted as a fighter. So I will say I am still expecting some romance between them. I kind of thought from the very beginning, I was like, there's some chemistry there. So I'm really looking forward to that, because there's something between them, even though she's a little bit prickly. There's those moments where she looks at him, and she just looks at him and is like, almost like she's like more wide open, realizing that there's something more about him. So I'm really, really looking forward to whatever is entailed with them.
My thing is, they're just going to spend time together, right? And it's like, this is going to be a long journey. It might be 5 years, 10 years, however long. She's spending someone with someone similar in age, that's amazing, was able to take down a dragon with his axe, was raised by another hero, or they're trauma bonding, or they're bonding over the fact that Frieren is probably going to take a year at this place if they don't do something or more, and you have all of these elements that with time, I think it's a perfect recipe for a good romance. And that's what I'm waiting for, either a phenomenal friendship or a really, really good romance. And I'm seeing it go the romantic way. That's my thing.
I'm there for the romance. That's the one ship I definitely support.
So through that, I guess comes in the next question, which is, do you think that Frieren has had the talk with Fern, the birds and the bees?
No. I don't think she has. I think she knows the basics, but she's probably really oblivious of like the build up. Like, she's never experienced it, so she's like, she knows it. She's probably heard about it, but she's probably got no experience, so she's just probably thought, I don't need to explain it. She'll work it out.
Yeah. I like how Lanton's like, Frieren is 1,000 years old. She has to know about sex. Does she? Especially if she's just into magic. Like, if the only thing she goes for is magic books. Hate to put it this way, but there are people that believe that holding hands means like you create a child. You know, they know that there's a way to create children, but they just don't know how. And these are full grown adults. Like, yeah, even with technology nowadays, that's all I got to say on that one. Okay, I guess follow-up question for you, which is, where do you feel like this journey is gonna end for you? If you could take a long shot, like towards the end of the series, where are we at?
I think we're a long way from the end, but I feel like there's going to be something to do with the return of this sort of demon army or demon king or queen. I still have this inkling that elf in the opening song is going to have something to do with the demon army.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering if like she's lived for a really long time and there's some history there. But I feel like that's what the major part of the story is just the aftermath of one major adventure, and how even after you've finished one major adventure, there is always still something else after it.
Right.
There's never really an end to the story. At least that's the way I see it. It's like there's always something, until you die, and then that's the end of it. And I think that's maybe the underlying hidden message is that stories just keep going on until you decide that's the end.
But even then, is that really the end? Because as we're seeing here with the heroes, yeah, they might have passed away, but their story hasn't been finished yet, because their legacy lives on with the kids.
Yeah, it's interesting because for Frieren, I feel like it continues to go on and on and on until for a long time because of her life expectancy. But at the same time, with the other two, their journey's just begun, but also particularly the boy, he's picking up the legacy right after the dwarf. So it's the continuation, I guess. And in a sense, yeah, a journey never ends because there's always someone to learn and take from that step. And I guess that is the importance of a legacy and immortality in the mind of your lessons are always passed on to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. And the most important thing is to not forget the life lessons that are built on, which also adds into that 20 IQ thing they spoke about before, why people becoming a little bit more denser and not learning from the lessons that have been taught to them. It's interesting because, I do really like the chemistry that was between him and the dwarf, because there was something about them. It was just like he felt so inadequate in himself, but in realization, his mentor really believed in him and saw the potential, and it took Frieren to portray those feelings to him, which is funny because she's so emotionless at times, but it took her to finally convey those feelings that he had and he wanted to tell his pupil.
Right. But that's, I guess for you, right, if we're going to go through with it, when was the last time you heard that? Like, I'm proud of you.
I don't remember ever a time.
Oh, SP, you're going to break my heart with this one. Oh, well, SP, I'm proud of you, dude. Like, and it's not just a simple cop out. I genuinely mean it, dude. You're such an amazing content creator, and like, you inspire a lot of people. And even in the community, I hope you know that, like, I always say it, you're a burning star, man, where even when you start the flames of war on Twitter or X or whatnot, people are always rallying behind you, and people love you. And I know that, like, from me, you become one of my best friends. You are literally like, we get along so well. And that's what I'm saying, as a content creator and as a friend, and what you've done in your life, I'm genuinely proud of you. And I hope that you know that you are enough, man.
Thank you. That means a lot. And I will say it was surprising to see a new friendship blossom in the way it did between us, but I'm really happy we are good friends, because I think just the fun that we have does mean a lot to me. I mean, I look forward to every week. It's like Christmas for me every weekend. Like,
right.
What's Ed going to talk about? What's Ed going to spice up? And it's just so much fun, the chemistry. It does. It puts a good smile on my face. So
Yeah, especially you with the fucking rat. You way to start a fucking meme that's not gonna die. Memes, the way to pass on legacy, guys. Oof. But with that, guys, I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys are having a good night. Hope you guys practice that self-care. And I will see you guys later. And show that love to SB. Go show all that love and support and everything to this man. He deserves nothing but love. Go make sure to keep that war going for him. Be his white knights. Sit for him. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much going to call it in for the night. Because I have a bunch of stuff to do as well.